Hello. All right, hello. I'm Seth Hudson. I teach game writing at George Mason University. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the need for and kinds of reflective practice in digital portfolios all across higher education. All right, so first, our students in game design. Their goals are to get a job, or at least get an edge to get one, in a highly competitive industry. But if we're being honest, they wouldn't mind fame and fortune along the way. They're really passionate about this medium. But our goals as educators, we want to help them do those things. But we're a liberal arts institution. So we want to help their intellectual and personal growth to make them lifelong learners and informed citizens when they leave us. This is tough to do. And we constantly wonder, what should we teach them? Are they actually learning it? And then what are they actually going to do with it? So before I talk about reflection, I want to talk about what it is not. Reflection does not equal a sort of deep, soul-searching, tortured artist finding a voice. And it also does not equal whimsical navel-gazing by students thinking about how great they are. It has to incorporate things like process, products, group dynamics, personal growth, failure, passion, struggle. If we put all of those things together in the portfolio and the work, then we can achieve those goals. But first, I have a story about my best friend. So, when he graduated, he got a great job interview. And at the end, he was asked, well, why should we hire you instead of the other candidates? Famously, his answer was, well, I don't know. I tell this to my students every semester, regardless of their discipline or which class it is, that they bring something to the table beyond the things they make. Their personal identities, their relationships, together with their skills, make them unique. I like to make them what Donald Shern calls reflective practitioners, that along the way they take the tacit knowledge they gain through experience and they make that explicit and accessible. Am I out of frame? I keep coming over here, sorry. All this really means at a simple level is to have students put their schoolwork into context. What are they doing? How do they do it? What are they making and why? What do those things say about them? There are different ways to look at them. And so no two students are really alike. They might have taken the same classes. They might have similar portfolios. But they have a different approach to design. Their philosophies are different. And their identity, everything about them, goes into their work. So I'll meet students or prospective students. I'll say, what are your goals? They'll say, I'm going to work at Blizzard. And I say, awesome, but what do you want to do when you show up for work every day? They don't really know. Authorship is questionable in games, and a lot of young people really want to go make Halo or this big masterpiece. But they have to find out what their role is within that whole process. Now I'm going to do my Yoda impression. Okay, no, I'm not. But so this kind of reflection across the program leads to student empathy. And that shared empathy leads to inclusiveness. And inclusiveness is a goal we should all share, and hopefully one our students can take with them to industry. This culture of practice that focuses on the individual rather than just the product is a great way to enhance the student experience. And again, this is all applied to portfolios. I've written about that a lot. Talk to me. So we have to remember that expression in the collaborative process has greater value than our traditional methods of teaching, no matter how good we think they are. But this also goes for the faculty. You spend more hours alone behind a computer than you do with your students. And even then, it might be in a lecture hall with hundreds of people, maybe like this one. So we have to embrace this too. So students and faculty, we must reflect on our prior knowledge, our assumptions, our biases, our cultural backgrounds, personal identities, and really those higher order skills. What do we bring to the table that we don't necessarily put on a resume or in that portfolio? And we can't forget that our students are creating a narrative in their educational experience. So asking them to talk about these things along the way has way more value, infinitely more, than talking about it once they get ready to graduate. So don't wait. College is long, college is hard, but every day they are growing. And if we take that growth and we think about it, and then we show that to the world through their digital portfolios, we will have served our students. Thank you. That's my time.